Welcome to our sailboat Tigerlily. This is Colby, I'm Mariah, and these are our two cats, Namiria and Took. We're headed to California to prep for our adventures in Mexico. We hope you follow along and enjoy.
Well, we're about 3 hours away from Nia Bay. It's 2:46 now, so we'll get there probably just after 5 o'clock somewhere, 5, 6 o'clock, according to plotters and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. See, if you look right here, that point right there is Nia Bay. So that's where we're heading to. And you can see I'm dressed in rain gear. It's more just to keep warm than anything. It got a little cold out here, and it started sprinkling a little bit, although it's kind of not that cloudy above me. In fact, you can still see blue skies behind me. So I think it's mainly the wind blowing the rain this way. So it's not too bad. And Mariah, I just switched off with Mariah. She drove about half the way here, and I'm driving the other half, and she's inside staying warm while I got the crappy weather. So that worked out for her. And yeah, that's what we're doing. And while the motor's running, we're getting all our stuff charged up that we need to get charged up, so we don't have to use as much battery power as possible when we're anchored and going offshore. Depending, I think the fuel dock's gonna be open by the time we get there, so we'll stop and get some fuel, fill up on water, then we'll go anchor, and then possibly after that we'll find out when we're gonna leave, and just before we leave we'll probably fill up on water once more. But yeah, that's the plan, Stan.
We finally made it to Nia Bay. Last stop before the ocean. It is the day before, I think it's the day before we are going offshore. We are currently in Nia Bay, which I think we showed. I think I did.
Showed much.
I didn't show much, but I think I filmed when we got here. We have this boat right here. The Archer is going, and I don't know if you can see the other sail behind that boat. That is Pythia. They are also our buddy boat. So we have a couple buddy boats that we that we're actually going to be going down with, so that's fun. What I'm doing right now is making us a offshore snack, if you will. I'm going to make some banana bread because we have some pretty ripe, gross bananas right now. Perfect for banana bread. Banana bread is done. It looks so good. It smells real good. I'm gonna let it cool, and then we're gonna cut into it.
Good evening. We are here in Nia Bay still. Nice, pretty, calm anchorage. It's a nice little sunset going on. Before we can tell, we got the dinghy on deck, because guess what?
We are leaving tomorrow. We are heading to open ocean for the first time.
Yep. And we're both anxious and nervous, excited, just all the feelings all at once.
Everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
We think the boat's ready to go. I think we're there. And they say the toughest part is just leaving the dock, and to a certain extent it is. To get projects done, yes, like to just stop your major projects and go. And now it's the next step, and that's shoving off this last anchorage into open ocean.
Actually going to open ocean, and that's
and the thing is, from everyone I've heard, I don't think it's gonna be as bad as what my mind thinks it's gonna be.
It never is.
But no matter what anyone says, I still have a picture in my mind, and it scares the crap out of me. Because it's scary. This is scary. So I went through some weather routing with a buddy boat of ours, Pythia, and they're heading all the way to Los Angeles, and we were thinking San Francisco, and they're leaving tomorrow. And we downloaded the forecast, and looking at it, either we leave tomorrow or we're stuck here until
Like the 30th.
Yeah, the 30th of August is basically what it's looking like.
Just...
Which, it's the 23rd today, by the way. So
yeah.
So it's like, you could wait 5 days, but that's 5 days here at Anchor with time we didn't...
And then you're pushing out your get there day and the weather. So
while I was on Pythia, I realized that I was going through weather routing, but it was me and the other captain talking about it, not Mariah and me talking about it. So I got back to the boat and we went through the weather routing and what the forecast says, and we are calling an audible instead of going all the way to San Francisco, which would be fun. It'd be fun to go over the Golden Gate Bridge, but safety comes first, I think. And we're gonna go to Crescent City instead. It looks like there's kind of some strong winds just off the Cape there, off of San Francisco.
Around the 27th.
Yeah, around the 27th, and it looks like it dissipates around the 30th to the 1st.
Yeah.
So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Crescent City.
Stay there until that starts to dissipate, and then...
Because it'll take us 4.5, 5 days to get to Crescent City, and then we'll just wait out until that clears. Because then at least we've left Washington.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Because I feel like we both feel like if we just keep like pushing it, there's a reason that we're pushing it.
Right.
And that's obviously we want to get to California.
And the more you wait till fall, the worse the weather gets, the colder it gets.
The worse it's going to be out there for both of us, weather-wise.
So I think we're going to go Crescent City. It's only going to take us maximum, I think, 34 miles offshore. So, which isn't bad. That's not a bad thing. Staying that close to shore is not necessarily a bad thing. We just have to watch out for fishing boats and crab pots and stuff.
Right.
But sorry, I don't know if you can hear, but there's a Coast Guard helicopter hovering out there. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we're going, Crescent City, and it's gonna be 4 or 5 days at sea, and
our first time. Which I'm kind of glad that we're doing Crescent City, since it's only gonna take about 4 days, because this is our first open ocean crossing. This is our first nighttime crossing. This is our first watch, our first everything. So I feel like after 5 days of the first time being in open ocean, we're probably gonna want to duck in somewhere and just probably sleep for a full day.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
so that's the plan. You know, it's funny, Nia Bay, I would suggest it as just an anchorage to go to. I mean, it's kind of a ways to get out here.
It's far as
but
shit.
But it's actually kind of a nice little anchorage.
Yeah, it's on a reservation, so it's a super small town. They got a market. They
have a general store and a mini mart, and then the marina.
But I mean,
and there's a few restaurants too.
But I mean, just for like a nice, calm anchorage.
Yeah, with not a lot of people there.
Yeah, and there's like nobody here. The only people here, the people that are about to make the left turn as well. So.
And fishing boats, that's it.
And fishing boats, yeah.
But anyway, I feel like this video of us talking is super long. Good morning. It is the day that we are supposed to leave, and we woke up this morning. I'm going to show you, hopefully you can see out there. It is foggy as foggy could be. I can't even see the boat that's maybe like 100 feet away from us. So we're trying to wait till the fog burns off a little bit before we leave. But until then, I got a few things I need to check off the list before we leave, and one of those is clean the sea strainers for the engine water intake. So that's what I'm going to do right now. That looks clear. Alright, topped off on oil. Sea strainers are clear. And I'll probably do an oil change when we get to Crescent City. I have all the stuff to do it. I'm kind of holding off on doing it just because I don't know why. It's one of those things where hours wise it's not really due yet, but time wise it's kind of due, so I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. And it's not like we're gonna be using the engine that much anyway going down, and if we do have to, then I'll do an oil change at sea. Big deal. Of course I say that now, but it probably would be a big deal. But yeah, so that's the plan. I'm still waiting for the fog to burn off. It's not quite there yet.
Trying to get ready to go this morning, and Dookie has decided that Colby's back is good enough for him to lay on.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere now. I'm stuck here legally.
You can't see like 3 feet in front of you right now, so oh wow, my hair looks crazy. We are gonna wait for, I think it said around 9:30 that it should start burning off, so hopefully we can leave then. We are officially picking up anchor, going to get fuel, and then heading out. It's kind of cold out here. The fog cleared off really fast. So, literally like 5 minutes ago, maybe, all of this was covered. And it's open now. So here we go. A little scary. I look crazy right now because it's real windy out here, but we're leaving Nia Bay. You see that? It's open ocean. We're about to be inside of her. Hell yeah.
Well, we are officially under sail. We left Nia Bay. We're making about 5.5 knots and heading directly due west. And we are about to make our turn southerly, kind of a southwesterly. And that's the way we'll be going for the next day or two. So, here we go. We just made our turn south, and we're gonna make a little thing to King Neptune for a safe voyage. So, hey! All right, first drink to King Neptune for a safe voyage south.
Hold on.
For a safe voyage south. For the boat. For a safe voyage south. One for me.
Ew.
That went my nose. And one for you.
Gross swig for me.
Well, we sacrificed some champagne to Neptune and drank some ourselves just to begin our journey. But the GoPro I think it lost battery right as we were filming that, so hopefully it got it. I don't know if it has yet, but anyway, Mariah's out on watch right now, and I am playing chef. I know I still have my rain gear on, but that's because I'm gonna go on watch here in a few hours, so why take it off? But anyway, I got dinner in the oven. If you look, our oven's gimbaled, so it's just gonna sit there and swing back and forth. And we have probably been offshore now for, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. And it's not bad. We've had a little bit of trim with the sails. The wind is kind of funky off the coast. So, and it was kind of a bumpy ride. And it still is a little bit bumpy. At least it's following seas, but it's, right, the waves are kind of short together. So it's still a little uncomfortable. I don't know if you can tell. But anyway, yeah, we're here making it work. It is roughly around 8 p.m. and it's my watch now until 2 a.m. So so I'll be out here for a little while. And it's pretty, but it's less than calm out here. I don't know if you can see, we're out. It's kind of weird because the waves don't really know what they're doing. We have no sight of land right now. And Mariah's having a tough time up forward with seasickness, which is not fun, and I hope she'll be able to sleep some tonight. I couldn't get any shut-eye because every noise I heard on the boat is a pang of anxiety of something going wrong, or whatever, when it's just normal boat noises. But hyper vigilant, trying to catch anything since it's our first time offshore. I've changed us to a more southerly heading, actually heading almost directly south right now, only because the waves are right behind us. And when we're heading more westerly, the ride was really uncomfortable, really rolly. So I changed just a bit. We're going due south, and we're still making 5 knots. I don't know if you can kind of see, but I've got the mizzen and the main up, but the Genoa's furled away because it was just too much sail. I even have a reef in the main. So, and I was thinking, after doing this, I think I might see if somewhere down south I can get another reef put in. But I don't know if you can kind of tell, but we're headed directly into the moon right now. And yeah, this is it. This is scary. This is it's quite something. I've also noticed, I think there's a part broken with the autopilot. Like, it's still working, but there's something loose back in there. So, sorry. Next time I go into port, next time we're in port, I'm gonna have to take it apart and take a look at it, which is not a big deal. It's not hard to take apart. It's just something I got to do. But it's still working as of right now. So we'll keep heading south and see what happens. Good morning. Last night was our first night offshore, and it kicked our butts. The weather window, I don't know, maybe we picked the wrong one. It wasn't nice at all. The wind was okay for most of the night, but the waves were not. They could not make up their mind which way they were going. We tried to get into falling seas, something that was comfortable, and it no matter what we chose, it just wasn't great. And Mariah was seasick all night, like really bad. So I went ahead and just drove all night to let her rest, because she was really seasick, and she still is kind of really seasick. Anyway, we were about 20 miles off the coast of Washington, and right now, as you can hear, the motor is running, and we're kind of head towards Westport. And I think that we're going to go in and wait for our next weather window, because last night it kicked our butts. It was kind of crazy. The wind kept changing, and then around 3 a.m., 2 a.m. to 3 a.m., the wind just died completely. And at one point the boat was facing the wrong way, and we weren't planning on hopping down the coast to port, but maybe that's what we're going to do, just because, if Mariah gets to seasick, she needs to get used to the boat slowly over time, and maybe that's what we got to do. Maybe we just bit off more than we can chew, thinking that we were going to Crescent City in one sitting. So that's okay. That's part of sailing. You change the way you got to do things to fit how you're feeling. So, and if you're not having fun, then what's the point?